Hi everybody, my name is Mint Chocolate Chip. I play Disney Heros Battle Mode. It is my favorite mobile game that I play. Absolutely love Disney, and this is a game that allows you to interact with your favorite Disney characters and some that you might not even ever heard of as well. I've been playing for about 2 years, and I've noticed that there's not a lot of content out there that talks about the game mechanics, that talks about how to succeed in the game, and talks about these new characters. If you're just coming into the game, then you kind of go in blind and there isn't a lot out there. So my goal is to help players of all levels to understand the game and to be able to succeed at it. So if you enjoy the content, feel free to subscribe, and I hope to continue to put out content for you guys so that you guys can understand and love the game as much as I do. So if you were to download the game right now, you'll see that you have a server that's assigned to you. For most people that are starting, you'll be in server 22 or a higher number if they decide to keep adding more servers. All this means is that each server is sorted so that they start a new server and everyone gets to kind of start with the same max, so that even if you were to spend the maximum amount of money, you would still only be able to get to a certain amount, so that it keeps everything fair and so they can slowly push out content at a level that is consistent for the newer players, so that you aren't bombarded with years of work that I've, for instance, have put into the game to be able to keep up at a high level. So for you, you might not see all the characters that I'm going to be talking about in the videos if you're in one of the lower servers. I have just started a new account in server 22 as well, so I can be able to work along with you guys to see what content is coming out, to be able to let you know as I've been playing. I know that certain characters are very, very strong. As they come out, then I'll be able to let you guys know, hey, if you have this character suddenly available because it's in the new updates, you will need to invest in this character because it is a game changer. So for now, I want to go over and introduce the game mechanics in the first couple videos here for you all, so that you can understand how to succeed in the game. So you know what you're getting into, why certain aspects of characters are important, what it all means. For the new player and for the experienced player, this is important to be reminded of so that you can succeed in all the different game modes that are in the game. The first thing I want to talk about, and what I'll spend all day today in all this video talking about, is what is a character? How do I understand what's going on with the character? So let's just go up here into Heroes, and I'll just pick Randall. He's my strongest character right now, and highlighting all the important parts. So first and foremost, you'll see a level up here. So right here is your level. So you cannot level a character beyond your player level. And that player level is capped based on which server you're in. For server 9 and down to 1, the max level cap right now is 160. So I'm not quite there yet, but that's where it would be. And this is the current level of the character that you have. Over here you'll see the experience needed in order to level up. There are a number of ways to get this experience. You can use these experience drinks, which you get from playing the game. They'll be awarded to you as rewards. And you can use these taps to add levels to your characters. And if you're in a guild, then you can ask for aid. It's important to level up your characters because, as we'll see later on, a lot of the abilities that a character can use are tied to the level of the character that they're at. So these are extremely important, and it's very, very beneficial to keep your characters up at a high level, especially the ones that you intend to invest in. The number of stars are based on hero chips. So if you were to click here, you'll see Randall Boggs chip. I have 15 of them at max, and these can be earned in the Surge shop for me, so there's a number of markets you can earn them at, or from diamond crates, which you can open. You will need an increasing number of hero chips in order to reach each star. Certain characters will need a amount to be unlocked in the first place, so let me just scroll down to the bottom here just to highlight it. So 2 characters I do not have are Linguini and Remy, and Gerald, Marlin, and Nemo. So if I were to click here, I see that I need 10 chips to just unlock this character at 1 star. But if I were to look at a character, for instance, for me, Colette, she's at 3 stars, and she needs 100 in order to get to 4 stars, and I have 39 right now. And if I were to click here, it'll show me how I can get them. I can get them from the VIP crate. Going back up to Randall, we can go back and see then the other important thing to note here is the power, and then this that is associated with a color and a number. Power indicates the overall power of a character. Obviously, a higher number indicates a stronger character, and that is calculated based on all the investments that you put into the character. This color and number is related to these badges. So each badge that you get, similar to other games, if you've played, for instance, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes is a really great example of this. If you earn badges, you earn these pieces from going into the campaign and playing the game, and this will allow you to create badges for this stamina, and when you equip enough of them, you can upgrade to a new color. For white, it's immediate. White, you go to blue, or green, then green, you go to green 1, green 2, blue, you go blue 1, 2, purple, you go to 4, and then finally at orange, you go to orange all the way up to orange 8, and then you go to red. And right now we have red 5, I believe, is the max. The reason you want to keep investing in these and in your characters is because this will unlock your abilities. So your abilities are locked based on a white skill, which you can see the color here. A white skill, which is automatic. As soon as you unlock a character, you get this because it is unlocked at white. When you upgrade it a little bit, you get to green. Then you get a blue skill, you get a purple skill, and then finally you get a red skill. For the white through purple skills, you will only be able to upgrade these to the level of your character. And they will have abilities attached to them. So for Randall's white skill, you'll see that it does, when you use it, the player chooses an enemy, then Randall becomes invisible and crawls to that enemy. He becomes visible, scaring nearby enemies for 10 seconds and striking the chosen target twice, dealing, for me, 131,340 damage plus 11,575 damage. While on auto, Randall chooses the enemy with the most HP. In future videos, I'll go through and explain a little bit more about what exactly is going on, but the gist is that each skill is earned as you increase the badges that are on the character and promote them to new colors and new numbers. Working with the skills, the white skills are activated by the player when you actually go in and play the game. The green, blue, and purple skills are done without you doing anything. By upgrading these are abilities that either the character will attack on their own and activate this, or it's a passive where when it will add something all the time. For instance, Randall's purple skill says that once per battle, when Randall reaches 0 HP, he revives and heals himself for this amount of health. After reviving, Randall becomes invisible for 9 seconds. Randall also deals 200% more damage to scared enemies. So some of these are attacks that happen, some of these are passive events that when certain conditions are met, certain actions will occur by the character itself. And you will want to keep these at maximum level because some of them are actually tied to the level of the character. For instance, if you see Randall's green skill, his skill is tied to the level of the character itself. For instance, for his green skill, it's currently at level 150, which actually means that while invisible, Randall is untargetable. The damage reduction when invisible is less effective when damaged by enemies level 150 or above. Upgrading the green skill increases its number, means it's more effective against more characters, because this, in theory, would be not as useful if I was facing a team where the other enemies were above level 150. So that's just a basic rundown of where the skills are, what they mean, and why they're important. I'll go into mods in a separate video, but also know that what they do is that they'll help add to the stats of the character. Friendships are important as well. Friendships are another type of way to power up your character. Each character will have 2 potential friends that it can make, and as you go through a campaign and as you help them quote unquote become closer friends, then you're able to receive more power. For me right now, I have Randall and the Gaston friendship on, which has a disc which aids the character in a certain way. For this particular friendship, when Randall becomes visible after using Scream Selection, he dodges all basic attacks and skills for 1 second. And this green part means that as I upgrade, give more stars to this friendship, then it will become longer, in theory, by 1 second. It's general that it's pretty obvious what the increment will be based on what this number is. In addition, by leveling up, similar to how you level up a character, you level up the friendship, it will also add other passive benefits. Sometimes it also adds active benefits as well. And that's a basic rundown of what you're going to see on every single character. Stats here will tell you about what this actually means. I'll go through more in detail about what each one of these mean and what all those colors are actually identifying. But needless to say, basic damage means that this is what's happening all the time. When the hero is just doing its own thing, he's attacking, and this is what you're getting. Skill power is when it uses his skills, his powers up skills. HP is obviously how much HP it has. Energy is how much energy he needs to use in order to use his white skill. And similar other stats are very similar. Armor is defense against basic damage. Reality is defense against the skill power and the fantastic damage that's being accrued. Reality, negation, normal crit, fantastic crit, and evasion are all ways for you to avoid damage. Improved healing means that the healing abilities of the character will continue to get better. HP regen means that he's able to restore this HP between waves when you're going through the campaign. Energy as well as how much energy you can conserve. Again, I'll go through that more in detail. This is just a first dump for anyone who's interested in playing the game, kind of understanding what they're looking at, and I hope in the future to be going through all those stats in more detail so you can understand what's going on here and to understand a lot of what's going on here so that you can know what to do and how to invest. But just for the last little bit here, I just want to go into a campaign just to show you what it looks like when players are actually playing. So I'll just go into chapter 5 and just pick a random one. So you see green here, and if I just I'll just throw in Randall, just so you can see. So Randall's going to be attacking, and he will just be attacking just on his own, not doing anything. I don't have to do anything, but he's charging this bar down here. Hold on, let me take it off of auto. He's charging this bar down here that allows me to use his white skill. This green bar is his health. And so you see that now I can use his white skill. And now that his energy is filled, he actually just took out the team. So we'll go into the third wave, which is shown up here. And now if I were to use his white skill, I choose a target. That's just what his skill does. And he attacks. And you can see he continues to gain energy as he's doing damage, and taking damage is how he earns that energy. And allows me to use the white skills. And that's a basic rundown of what you're going to see in Disney Heroes Battle Mode. It's an extremely fun game with a lot of wonderful characters that are fun to play with, that I enjoy every single day. You can see some familiar faces here. If you love Disney and you want to get involved in a fun community that loves Disney, that loves playing these games, come join us. Follow my videos. If you ever get stuck with anything, I'll go through and I'll be talking about everything you would need to know in order to succeed in the game. And hope to see you out there.